you need to do is you need to go to the website aplusstudents.com. Once once you're on the website, you need to select math as your subject. This is a grade 5 maths lesson. The name of the topic is multiplication. I'll give you the chapter number and the lesson number. Chapter number is 11. Just a minute. Chapter number 11 and the lesson number is 21. And we would be doing lattice multiplication today. Lattice multiplication. Okay. Lattice multi. Hi, Rebecca. How are you? Okay. So let's see. Lattice multiplication is a way of multiplication. The first example they have done for you, and we'll see what if the values are missing. So what we can do. Okay. Let's compare. Just a moment, please. Okay. So in this particular case, what they are saying is this is the lattice multiplication. Okay. And what we need to do is use the lattice method for 3 multiplied by 90. Calculate the sum of each diagonal. Your answer for the sums will fill in for the products, right? Let's see. This is our question number 1. What we had to find was 35 is to be multiplied by 90, and we need to find the answer for this value. Okay, what they have done over here is when we are finding the lattice, what we do is we break the numbers. Okay, I'm just removing this so that it's our first example. We'll be able to. Okay, what they did was I'm using color code over here. This was 35. They wrote 30 and 5. If this was 90, they write 9 and 0. Okay, so what happens is let's multiply 5 by 9. Hi Semi. See, 4 times 5 is 4 times sorry, 5 times 9 is 45, right? What we have done is if there are how many numbers? Two numbers multiplied by two numbers, that means we make 4 boxes, 2 by 2, right? And we make diagonals of each box. Each box is made into a diagonal such that the first two numbers were 5 and 9. 5 and 9 means 45. We write the units and we write the tens. Agreed? 45. Similarly, okay, what is 3 times 9? 3 times 9 would be 27, the unit and the tens. Agree? 3 times 9 is 27. We write the tens over here and the ones over here. Similarly, 5 multiplied by 0 would be 0. 0 tens, 0 units. 3 multiplied by 0 would be 0 as well, right? So what we do is we add the diagonals. 0 comes down as 0. When we add these diagonals together, 5 plus 0 is 5. 7 plus 0 plus 4 is 11, right? We keep 1 over here and we carry 1. 2 plus 1 is 3. The answer should come out to be 3150. Agreed? Let's confirm. 35 multiplied by 90 is comes out to be 3150. Let's do another example. Okay, let's do more example. Okay, fine. For the next question, okay, just a moment. We can make our own questions, okay? Let's say for the question number 2, if we are given the numbers, we can pick our own numbers, right? We can say this was 35, we can say 52 is multiplied by 61. Agreed? Let's try to find the answer for 52 is multiplied by 61. Let's see what could be the answer. The first thing first, when we are doing the lattice method, how many numbers are there in total? There are two numbers and there are 4 digits, right? Both the numbers are 2-digit numbers. So what we do is we make a box, right? We break it down into 4 values over here. Agreed? If we have the first number was 52, we can write 5 and 2. If this was 61, we can write 6 and 1. Okay. What we need to remember is we need to make a diagonal for each box. Okay. Just a moment, please. Let me copy this so that I may be able to read. Okay. Let's make a diagonal for each box first. A diagonal drawn, and a diagonal drawn over here. Agreed? Once we are done with drawing the diagonals, let's see what the answer would be. 2 multiplied by 6. I'm working on this. 2 multiplied by 6 is 12, right? So 1 tens and 2 ones. 2 multiplied by 1 is 1. That means, sorry, 2 multiplied, sorry, my bad. 2 multiplied by 1 is 2. 2 units and 0 tens. Agreed? Do we have an agreement on that? Perfect. Thank you for thank you, Rebecca. So let's see now with this. 5 multiplied by 6 is 30, right? So 30 means 3 tens, 0 units. 5 multiplied by 1 would be 5, 0, and 5 units, right? Now what we do is we add the diagonals. 2 comes as it is. When we add this diagonal, it becomes 2 plus 0 is 2 plus 5 is 7. Let's add these diagonals. This becomes 1 and 3. So can we say 3172 should be our answer? When 52 was multiplied by 61, 3172 came out to be our answer. Agreed? Okay. How did we find our answer? These numbers would be our answer. Okay. Let's do another question. I'm going to change the values. Okay. Let's change the values. Just a moment, please. If this is given to us, and we can pick any number. Okay. Okay. Let's do this. Let's do question number 3. If the numbers given to us were 47 multiplied by 36. Okay, so if we need to find the answer for 47 multiplied by 36, 47 can be broken down into 4 and 7, and 36 can be broken down into 3 and 6. What is 7 times 3? Can we find 7 times 3? 7 times 3 is 21. That means there is 1 ones and 2 tens. Agree? The 10 comes on the upper part. Okay. Let's see. 7 times 6 is 42, right? So there is 4 tens and 2 ones. Agreed? Okay, moving ahead. 4 multiplied by 3 would be 12. 1 tens, 2 ones. Okay. Sorry, just a moment, please. Okay. Then 4 times 6 is, what is 4 times 6? 24, right? So we write 24. What we need to do is we need to add the diagonals. All the values in the diagonals will be added. So there's only one number, we write it 2. 1 plus 4 is 5. 5 plus 4 is? Okay. Let me complete this, Rebecca. I'll do the next example. I'll do it from the scratch. Okay. Let me just remember this part, that in the end we need to add the diagonals. 1 plus 4 is 5. 5 plus 4 is 9. 2 plus 2 is 4, and 4 plus 2 is 6, and this 1 comes as it is. So if I would say my answer is 1692, if I say my answer comes out to be 1692. Okay, no comments, Semi? Okay, so we can verify 47 multiplied by 36 comes out to be 1690 now. Okay, from the basics, let's look at another example. If we have question number 4, it says, let's pick up a number. If it says 55 is to be multiplied by 72. Agreed? So what we do is we say the question is asking us to multiply 55 by 72. Okay, we don't know the answer. Can we break 55 as 5 and 5? 5 tens. Okay, so we write over here 5 tens and 5 ones. Do we agree on this, Rebecca? 55, we break it down. Then we have 72. We write 72. Do we agree? Becca, do we agree on this? The numbers that we need to multiply, we write down those two numbers separately, 55 and 72. Now let's see what we can do over here. If 5 is multiplied by 7, what is your answer? See, the upper part will always have the value of tens, and this will always have the ones, the lower part of the diagonal. 5 into 7 is 35. We write there 35. 5 into 7 is 35, right? So above the diagonal we write 3, and below the diagonal we write the 5. Perfect. Do we agree we can write 35 over here? Now let's see. The next 5 into 2 would be 10. That means 1 tens and 0 ones. 10. 5 multiplied by 2 is 10. Agreed? Okay. Let's have a look for the next. The next one is 5. Another 5. 5 multiplied by 7 is 35. 3. Okay. I'll do it. I'll redo it. Okay. You're asking about how did we get this 3? Okay. Can I change this number to 56 so that we have a different number? Okay. Let's say if we make this 56, that will show us different. What is 6 multiplied by 7? Again, we know that 6 multiplied by 7 is 42. Agreed? Do we agree? I'm changing so that the confusion would not be there. The numbers will be different. All the numbers are different now. 5, 6, 7, 2, right? 6 multiplied by 7 is 42. How do we write 42? What we say is we write 4 here, we write 2 over here. 6 multiplied by 7 is 42. Okay, now we understand. Okay, for the next one, can we say 6 multiplied by 2 is 12? How do we write a 12? We have this box. We write 1 tens and 2 units. Can we say 12? 6 multiplied by 2 was 12. Agreed? Do we agree till here, Rebecca? Thank you. Now let's look at the next one. We have 5 multiplied by 7. That means 5 multiplied by 7 is 35, right? When we write it in the box, we write 35. So we write 35. Okay? And for the last value, can we say 5 multiplied by 2 would be 10. So can we write 10 in this manner? 1, 0, 1 and 0. This would be 10. Agreed? Okay. So what we need to do is, we need to add the diagonals. All the values in the diagonals would be added for that particular diagonal. Okay. In the first value, there is only 2. So simply we write a 2 over here. Okay. For the next one, 2, we have 2 plus 1 plus 0. That would be equal to 2. 2 plus 1 is 3 and 3 plus 0 is still 3. Agreed? And for the next we have 4 plus 5 is 9. 9 plus 1 is 10. That means this number should be 10 over here. But we cannot write units and tens together. So what we do is we carry the 1 to the next value. Agreed? We carry the 1 over here. That means 1 plus 3 becomes 4. Okay. So the answer should come out to be 4032. Let's verify. We can always put the value into the calculator and verify if the answer is correct. So the answer comes out to be, through calculator also it comes out to be 4032. Okay, let's look at some more examples so that we would have a better idea. Okay. Moving on to the next question. Question number 5. If this is our question number 5, let's make it easy. 21 is to be multiplied by. Yeah, it's okay. No worries if you don't have. I am verifying at my end because I'm also doing the question, right? So I need to verify if my answer is correct or incorrect. So maybe we could have made a human error, right? So 21 multiplied by 53. So we can write 21 multiplied by 53. It's okay. It's perfectly okay. 1 multiplied by 5 is 5. So we write 5 over here. Agreed? 1 multiplied by 5 was 5. So we don't have tens in it. So we write 0, 5. Okay? Then 1 multiplied by 3 was 3. So we can write 0, 3. For the next one, 2 multiplied by 5 would be 10. So 10 can be written as 1, 0. And 2 multiplied by 3 can be written as 6. So we simply write 6 in units. Okay, let's add the diagonals together. See, this is only one value, it comes as 3. 6 plus 5 plus 0 is 11. We put 1 over here and we carry 1 to the next value. 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 1 is 1 and 1. So the answer should come out to be 1113. So if we say 21 multiplied by 53 comes out to be okay, 1113 is your final answer. Okay, so let's do another example. The question number 6 says, if now let's try a bigger numbers. 83 is to be multiplied by 64. Let's say 83 is to be multiplied by 64. Let's do this. 83 can be written as 8 and 3, whereas 64 can be written as 6 tens and 4 ones. Agreed? Okay, let's do this further. What is 3 times 6? 3 times 6 is 18. We can write 8 and 1, 18. 3 times 4 would be 3 times 4 would be Rebecca, what is 3 times 4? 3 we did 3 multiplied by 6 comes out to be 18, right? So we can write 1 and 8. 3 multiplied by 4 was 12, so write 1 tens and 2 units, right? Okay. For the next value, we have 8 multiplied by 6. We know that 8 multiplied by 6 is 48. We can write 4 8. 8 multiplied by 4 was 32. So we can write 32. Once you have all these, perfect, thank you, Rebecca. Once we have these values, what we need to do is we add the diagonals together. This is the diagonal, this is the diagonal, diagonal, and diagonal. So we add the diagonals together. In the first value, there is a single value only, right? So we simply write the 2. The next we have 8 plus 1 is 9. 9 plus 2 is 11. We write down the 1 and we carry the 1 over here. 1 plus 8 is 9. 9 plus 3 is 12. 12 plus 1 is 13. We write the 3 and we carry a 1. 1 plus 4 would be 5. Therefore, the answer should come out to be 5, 3, 1, 2. Okay, let's confirm. 83 into 64. 5,312 is the final answer. Okay, let's do another example. Question number 7. Okay, this time I'll elaborate a little more. Okay, if we say 90, okay, 90, let's check with a smaller number. 90 is to be multiplied by, let's say, 46, right? So that means, or, yeah, okay, that's fine. 90 multiplied by 46. So what we can write is 9 tens, 0 ones, 4 tens, and 6 ones. Okay. Okay. Becca, let's do this question together. What is 0 multiplied by any number? 0 multiplied by any number would be 0, right? 0 multiplied by 6 would still be 0, right? The next part is 9 is multiplied by 4. When 9 is multiplied by 4, we get 36. And we can say the 36 can be written as 3 and 6. Thank you, Fortuna. When we multiply 9, because 0 multiplied by any number would be 0, right? Now what we are doing is 9 multiplied by 4 is 36. We can write 3 and 6, right? Then we have 9 multiplied by 6. 9 multiplied by 6 is 54. And we can write 54 as 5 and 4. Agreed? Now what we need to do is we need to add the diagonals. The diagonal of this, the diagonal of this, and the diagonal of this. In this diagonal, we only have a single number, that is 0. So we simply write 0. The next diagonal we had 0 plus 0 plus 4. That would be 4. For the next value, we have 0 plus 6 is 6. 6 plus 5 is 11. We keep 1 over here, the units, and we carry the tens. And we have 3 plus 1 comes out to be 4. So we can say the answer is 4,140. Okay, let's verify. 90 multiplied by 46 is 4,140. Okay, I just verified the answer as well. Let's have a look at another example in which we select, if we say 83 is to be multiplied by, let's suppose, let's go for a larger number, 92. Okay, it should be a larger number. 83 multiplied by 92. Yes, it's a larger number. So what we can write is, we can write 83 is to be multiplied by 92. We break down the 83, we write 8 and 3, and we write 9 with 2. Okay, so let's start multiplying. 3 multiplied by 9. What is 3 multiplied by 9? We know it's 27, and 27 can be written as 2 and 7. That means we can write this as 2 and 7. For the next one, we have 3 multiplied by 2. Comes out to be 6. And 6, we don't have any tens, right? 0 tens and 6 units. So can we write this as 0, 6? Okay. 8 multiplied by 9, right? Imagine if I would be doing the same, using emojis to teach. Would not be the same, right? 8 multiplied by 9, that is 72. Okay, that means we write 7 and we write 2. 72. Okay, and 8 multiplied by 2, you don't have to do this working on the side. The main purpose of lattice method is to make our lives easy, right? So this working, I'll just highlight this extra working. This 2 is 16. We don't have to do this working on the sides, right? I'm just doing this working. This is a totally additional working. Additional work, right? You're not supposed to do this. Okay. Now let's add the diagonals. This is the diagonal, a diagonal, and a diagonal. There was a single value in this diagonal, so we simply write a 6. What is 7 plus 0? 7 plus 6 is 13. So we write the 3 and we carry the 1. 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 plus 1 is 5. Plus 1 is 6. And in the first one, there was a single number that comes out to be 7. That means the final answer should be 7,636. Okay. So if we write 83 multiplied by 92, right? 7,000 7,636. Agreed? Becca, Semi, do we agree on this answer? Rebecca and Semi, do we agree on this? 6 Fortuna. 7,636 is the final answer. Okay. Okay, let's see if you multiply 99 by 98, still a lesser number. Okay. Let's look at another example. Question number 9. For the next question, if we are given the values of, okay, I'll do some questions from the quiz as well, right? Let's suppose if we are to find 97 is to be multiplied by 85. So we can write 97 is to be multiplied by 85. So we know that 7 times 8. We can find 7 times 8, right? 8 times 7 is 8 times 7 is 56. We can write 56. 7 times 5 was 35. Agreed? 7 times 8 was 56. And 7 times 5 was 35. Okay. Now let's see 9 times 5. If I would say 9 times 8, 9 multiplied by 8 is 72. We can write 7 and 2. And 9 multiplied by 5 would be 45. We can write 4 and 5. Okay. This method is easy, but there is one problem with this. If we make a mistake, even in one of the values, okay, if we make a mistake with multiplication of even single value, then the answer would be incorrect, right? So we have to be very sure about the answers. Okay, let's add the diagonals together. This will stay as 5. If we add 6 plus 3 is 9. 9 plus 5 is 14. We write the 4, we carry the 1. Then we have 5 plus 2 is 7. 7 plus 4 is 11. 11 plus 1 is 12. We keep the 2, we carry the 1. And 7 plus 1 is 8. The answer should come out to be 8,245. Okay, 8,245 should be the answer. Let's verify. 97 multiplied by 85 is 8,245. Okay, let's do one more example, then we'll do the questions from the test. The next question says, 76, okay, we write 7 and 6, is to be multiplied by 54. We write 5 and 4. 6 multiplied by 7 is, 6 multiplied by 5 is 30. 6 multiplied by 4 is, what is 6 multiplied by 4? 6 multiplied by 4 is 24. Agreed? Yes, thank you. This is 24. Now let's see 7. 7 multiplied by 5 is 35. And 7 multiplied by 4 would be 28. Once we have all these values, we need to add the diagonals, right? Let's add the diagonals. Let's try adding the diagonals. This is the first diagonal, second diagonal, third diagonal, and the fourth diagonal. Agreed? So let's add the numbers. This only had 4, so we write down the 4. The next diagonal has 0 plus 2 is 2, 2 plus 8 is 10. We keep the units and we carry the tens to the next value. 3 plus 5 is 8, 8 plus 2 is 10, plus 1 is 11. So we write down the 1 and we carry the 1 to the next value. And this is 3 plus 1 is 4. Therefore, the answer should come out to be 4,104. Let's verify. 76 into 54 comes out to be 4,104. Okay. Okay, I'll do the test questions. Let me just copy the values. The question number 1 for the test says if the given numbers are, just a moment, it is 55 multiplied by, what's the next number? Okay, 36. Write it again, 55 multiplied by 36. The options given are, okay, this is 1890 and option B is 1980. So either option A or option B. Let's see which option is the correct answer. Okay, this is the questions from the test. Can we have the answer? Let's do it. I'll give you some time to do the question. 55 is to be multiplied by 36. Semi and Rebecca, what is the answer to this? 55 multiplied by 36 should be equals to? See, we break down the 55. I'm just writing it down. I'm not solving it, okay? I would want you people to solve this. Rebecca, can you answer? Thank you. Thank you, Chi. Perfect. 1980. Now I'll solve it for you and let's do it together. Okay. If this was 5 multiplied by 3 is 15, we write 15, and 5 multiplied by 6 would again be 30. When we add the diagonals together, this was a 0, we write a 0. This was 5 plus 3 plus 0, we write 8. 1 plus 5, 6. 6 plus 3 is 9. And 1. That is 1900. Thank you so much. Option 2. Perfect. Thank you, Chi and Nani. This is option 2 is the correct answer. Okay. Let's try another question. Question number 2. So the question number 2 says, let me get the numbers. This is 74, okay, multiplied by 39. Okay, I'll write down the options. The option A, the first option given was 2886. Option B is given as 2868. They're very close numbers, right? Hi, Grace. Grace, what we are doing is we are doing lattice method. In a lattice method, we need to find the product. We need to multiply two numbers together. Okay. So what we can do is, what should be the answer? And I'll do this question. Okay. This is from the test. What we need to do is 4 multiplied by 3 becomes 12. We write 12. 4 multiplied by 9 is 36. I'll just wait for your answers. I will not add them before that. Okay. Option A, option B. Then 7 multiplied by 3 was 21. 7 multiplied by 9 is 63. What we need to do is we need to add the diagonals. One number, this should end on a 6, right? Then we have 2 plus 3 is 5. 5 plus 3 is 8. 1 plus 1 is 2. And we only had 2. 2000. Thank you. Right? Thank you so much. Option number 1 was the correct answer. Right? Okay. Please do complete the remaining questions. Okay. So that you may have more practice. And if there is any issue, just go through the lesson again so that your questions could be solved. Right? Okay. Take care. Best of luck. Have a nice day.